Lions TV post-match analysis. Millwall 0, Bury 0 from the Den. I usually do these the day after, but I was proper struggling today. I've been in bed for 3 days. I wasn't going to go today, but the boys' bottom lip started going, so I got out of bed and I went and took him. And I was even going to stand and do interviews afterwards, but I couldn't. And at the full-time post, I felt so rough. My head weren't right. I couldn't think straight. Still struggling now, but it's a controversial one, so I didn't stay and do interviews, so as I said, but what I want to do now is I want to look back on the game, why it's fresh in my mind, and try and get the message across. It's a really 50-50 feeling on it. Just looking into it, we've dropped down to 7th in the league, and 100% now, we're 10 points behind Bolton with a game in hand. It's looking like it's going to be playoffs. We haven't lost a league game since December, Scunthorpe away, and that is a real big positive. But on the flip side of that, we've had 12 league games this year and 7 of them been draws. And as I said, we've been on, this 15-game unbeaten run again now, whatever it is. And that looks fantastic on paper, but it's not actually that great because we've had so many draws, so many games we should have won. Moving on to today, only one change was made. Aidan O'Brien dropped out the side and Shane Ferguson come in. I personally, going back to the start of the game, in my own mind, I thought Ben Thompson should have maybe dropped out. Sean Cummings should have dropped out. And Aidan O'Brien. I would have changed all 3 of them today. Hold my hands up. Tomo played really well, so you can't knock him. Sean Cummings has done well since he came in. But again, he wasn't out today. And I would have given it a little bit of a shake-up today. And I would have started Romeo and Butcher 100%. I also would have started Fergie instead of AOB. But I've got to say it again. Listen, we're crying out for a left-footed midfield player. I really want Shane Ferguson to do well. But he doesn't fucking do anything when he plays. He doesn't do anything. He puts in the occasional decent cross. He put in a couple of lovely crosses today. But there's an incident right in front of me. He just gets out muscled. He just doesn't look passionate enough. And I heard he was saying in the meeting during the week at the club, in the fans forum, that he's been knocking on the manager's door. Take that onto the fucking pitch here. Don't come on and then just not. It doesn't look like he even tries to me. And he's not the answer. But AOB did need to drop out. Personally, I would have played Fred there. And I tell you now, another thing that's come out in the fans forum during the week that Fred, it's pretty much been confirmed now that Fred wants to leave the club. I can't see he's going to be playing a part at all now to the end of the season. The game was crying out for Fred today to get the ball down and run at people because the only option we've got is long diagonals tomorrow, and that wasn't working. I'll get on tomorrow in a minute. But, everyone's come on there again before Fred. Even Worrell's got his chance, and for me, that signals the end for Fred at the club. I don't know how you all feel, but for me now, he's not going to play any further part, really, Fred. Also, I will move on to the forwards. Morrison, that's one of the worst games I've ever seen Morrison play. He's not been out for a while. I think he's still injured and they're asking him to play through an injury, or he's just fucked. And the strength in depth we've got in the squad, it's maybe time for a change of formation. So I've said it before a million times, 4-5-1, and put Wallace just behind Gregors and give Moore a rest. We've got 3 away games in a row coming up now, and so all we need to concentrate now is to cement our playoff position. That's of absolute paramount importance. Did I just say paramount? This is a half big word for me. It just wasn't happening today. We've just got no ideas going forward. There's just nothing there. Again, I'll go back to you, and I might get a bit of shit for it. I don't know what they're practicing all week because we've got no ideas of set pieces. We've got no interchanging passes, no overlapping going on with the fullbacks and the wingers. We are literally pumping the ball forward, waiting for Morrison to win the knockdowns. And if he doesn't win them, that's our game plan done and dusted. And it is worrying. We've been on this massive run, and we're 7th in the league. We should be 17, 8, 15 games, whatever it is, unbeaten. We should be absolutely flying. We should be up the top of the league, and we're not. We don't play any football, and it is worrying. And I honestly think that we cement over the cracks. Listen, you can't have it always. You can't be an attractive side to watch and brilliant passing side, win every game 6-0, and be at the top of the table. I realise it doesn't work like in League One. We're not an attractive side to watch. It is some of the worst football I've ever seen the Millwall team play. I've got to be honest. But we grind it out and we get results. But 7 draws this year out of 12. So many of them goalless draws as well. We're just not taking. Not only not taking our chances, we're not really creating a lot of clear-cut chances. The first chance we had today, clear-cut, was the shot that Jeb Wallace had at the keeper. The keeper pushed wide. Steve Morrison scored late towards the end of the second half, and was disallowed for offside. But we should be putting teams like Bury to bed, absolutely putting them to bed. Rochdale have done Gillingham 4-1 today. It's going to be a tough away out there on Tuesday night. And to me, Morrison looks like he needs a rest. He's not the only one. The left-hand side's a massive problem for us because he took Fergie off again, brought Aiden on, and Aiden's done nothing. We've got the strength in depth, but we're not using it to our full potential. I don't think. Worrell just looks so far off the ball. It's a joke, which you can't blame him for because he hasn't had any games. And yeah, this is it now. It's cemented. Now we're on. Playoffs is the best we can hope for. We've got to go out of this division, but even if we get to the playoffs, I can't see us seeing off Bradford over 2 legs, Scunthorpe over 2 legs. It's not going to be easy now. But we keep the faith. Many do. And hopefully, we can get things right. What the players, to me, absolutely looks like now is they need a rest. But this cup run is going to absolutely come back to bite us in the arse, in my eyes, now. Because, say, the fixtures are absolutely piling up. Your midweek away games, your away following is going to be halved. Going to places like Rochdale, Shrewsbury and Sheffield United, who march on. We've still got Fleetwood away. We've got a lot of hard games coming up. And we're gonna find it tough now. We're going to find it tough coming towards the end of the season. This time last year is when we really started to push on. And as I said before, I still don't think we've really pushed on in the way that we should. And I can't see us progressing. I hope I'm wrong, but things are starting to slow down in my opinion now. And I do hope I'm wrong. Today's game again, it just opening 20 minutes we had a go. And after that we just fizzled out. Berry came into the game and knocked the ball about, and we just seemed content to let him have it. There's not enough urgency. There's not enough passion. There's not enough idea on the pitch, full stop for me. Having said that, I'll be at Rochdale on Tuesday, like a fucking wrong 'un, but I'll be there. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Let's fucking get shooting again. Let's get firing. Come on, you Lions.